Hello everyone, my name is Troy Warren, and today I'm going to be breaking down my brand new song, Arctic Waters. If you haven't already, make sure to go watch the music video and also stream the song on all your favorite streaming platforms. All the links will be in the description for that. Now today I'm going to be breaking down all of the lyrics of the song, essentially kind of taking you behind the scenes of when I was writing this song and kind of some insights that I had while creating this piece of music. So let's start with verse 1. I say I'm fine, but am I telling the truth? Now I know most people, including me, will give that generic I'm fine or I'm doing pretty good when someone asks you how you're doing, and I feel like this does not represent like a true or accurate description of how anyone is feeling. This is direct commentary on how society has taught us to suppress our emotions and not kind of, reveal when we're not feeling the best. We weren't ever taught to say I'm not feeling well or I'm not having a good day. When we were younger, it's always, I'm doing good, how about you? I feel like this has created the divide that we have, and that people, don't feel comfortable like sharing their true thoughts and their opinions, and it's just one of those things that I think is really interesting. Every day I have a different mood. This is pretty self-explanatory. I feel like every day I carry a different role, and when I go to sleep, I do not know which role I'll be playing the next day. Will I wake up and be extroverted and content with everything that's going on in the day, or will I be introverted, sitting by myself, like kind of feeling a little bit anxious or worried? I feel like this occurs a lot within teenagers. I feel like just growing and having to go through so much stuff all at once, it really can have a drastic impact on mental health, and so this is what I was going for with this line. I'm tired of regret, but I'm too scared to try. So this line kind of represents the duplicity of regrets and kind of urges to do more. I blend in to fit in this box or this mold that other people want to see, but is that what others want to see, or is that what I want to be? Like, it's just such a complex kind of situation of everyday life, just trying to figure out who I want to be and who I want to represent. I'm alone and I don't know why. So stemming off the last line, I often feel like I am viewing people around me and seeing them have, more genuine kind of relationships with others, and they're able to express themselves in a better way than I am, and I just have that, kind of crave, that urge to also be able to express myself in that way, but I often feel like just the way society is set up, I can't. This life is so numbing, so this is obviously a transitionary line between the verse and the chorus. Basically, this, represented the overall message of the song. It's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes life can just be numbing. There's so many things that are thrown at you, and you have to try and catch them and juggle them, and it can be hard sometimes, especially when all you want to do is rest. Now let's move on to the chorus. A frozen shadow lies upon my door, and a quiet voice cries out for something more. This was the most iconic line, and this is where the whole song stemmed off from. I wrote these two lines first out of anything else in the song, and this line is super fitting of my regrets. You can see this frozen shadow upon my door, or my future. It just represents my struggle with decision making. I always feel like my future won't be something that I'm gonna be okay with, or that I'm gonna be content with, and that makes me have such trouble making decisions because I want to make sure that decision is going to impact me in a positive way. My heart aches for anything new. I'm on a checkerboard and I can't move. I love this line because you can just see me on that checkerboard, like wondering where to go. I just kind of want to stay in my spot. I don't want to go somewhere because I know there'll be a consequence. I know I don't want to get to the other side because there's going to be, obstacles, facing me before I get to the other side of the checkerboard. It just represents everything that I wanted to say in one line, and I think that's super cool. I really wanted to introduce that trouble with decision making and that kind of afraidness, that fear of the future in this song, and I feel like I have some really good lines that explain that. Fractures build from my passionate envy, and my emotions rise within like the sea. Emotions rising and falling. One day I'm at a peak, and then the next day I'm at a trough in the wave, and I feel like it just represents, life in general. It'll have its ups and downs, but we're just kind of riding the waves. I also love that line, fractures build from my passionate envy, because when I'm exposed to fractures, I don't easily forgive, and a lot of those fractures stem from simple things. I'm constantly fighting an inner monster. I'm drowning in Arctic waters. So obviously the title of the song is Arctic Waters, and I chose this because it's just the best metaphor. This monster that is these emotions, these thoughts, this just anxiety, because Arctic Waters is such a great symbolism for the anxiety that I experience just on a day-to-day life. You know, the Arctic Waters, they definitely go, like I said, up and down. Okay, verse number 2, very short one, is I say I'm fine, but am I telling the truth? Transparency is my mood rings hue. So obviously we have the repeat of the first line, and we have the introduction of the second line, which is one of my most complex lines that I've ever written. It's something I still haven't grappled with, but as soon as I put it down, I knew that I wasn't gonna get rid of it, even if I didn't understand what it meant. My best take is that sometimes you and me feel like a ghost, like you're just kind of floating by and you're not really attaching to something. You're not feeling happy, you're not feeling sad, you're just somewhere in the middle. You feel dreary, you feel tired, you have a loss of energy. Alright, so there's no more new lyrics until the bridge. I'm drowning in Arctic waters, ineffable memories lead me to wander. Ineffable, if you didn't already know, just means it's too it's like indescribable. It's too much for words. I feel like we all have this kind of experience at one point in our lives where we just feel like there's so many memories that are piling up, and it just makes you think. It just leads you down this path, and I feel like that's exactly what I was meaning when I wrote this song. I feel like sometimes, some days, I just go on a nostalgia road. I'm just like walking down, looking at all the memories, and it just leads me into curiosity. It leads me into a little bit of like a bittersweet kind of vibe. I'm drowning in Arctic waters, and nefarious thoughts lead me to falter. So when I say nefarious, I don't really mean like evil thoughts, like I'm having these like criminal thoughts. I just mean like thoughts that lead you off pace. Like every day, you're like, everyone experiences this every day. You just have that kind of one negative voice in your mind saying, am I good enough? Am I doing this correct? Am I being lazy? You know, you always have that inner voice that's just like leading you astray, and sometimes that voice is louder, and that's why I wrote this, because sometimes those nefarious thoughts do lead me to like question where I am. Help me through these Arctic waters, oh, these Arctic waters. It just means, you know, that people need help, and this is really not about me. I feel like some people just don't like to acknowledge or just hide the fact that they're struggling, and I feel like everyone should know that there's someone out there to help them, and that everyone should feel like they have, you know, that lifeline, and I feel like that's important. Overall, the song is just like kind of a song about anxiety and stress when it comes down to it, because that's where everything I feel like has piled up on me. I feel like the stress of the pandemic recently and schoolwork and trying to manage my music with schoolwork and such like that. It just gives me a lot of stress, and that can make an effect on my relationships. It all piles up on top of those two things. So I really hope you enjoyed this just talk, this philosophical talk about all the lyrics that I wrote in the song. As I said before, make sure you do go check out the music video, leave a like on that, and comment down below what you think of all the songs and the lyrics and such like that. Please go add my song to your playlist on all your streaming platforms. Put it on repeat. I am so excited to deliver more content, more music for you in the future. Do not worry, I have like a playlist of 20 songs that I absolutely adore and love, but again, there's a process to all this. I usually write about 20 songs before I release the next one, so I'm on the songwriting process before I record anything new, but definitely know that I have more stuff coming. I will see you guys for the next song, because I don't think I have any more content for this song, but yeah, definitely make sure to go stream that while you wait. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. Love you.